Hi, my name is John Lau and I am your police chief here at the City of Titusville. It is my privilege to spotlight the 150 amazing men and women who make up the Titusville Police Department. Our department motto is promoting teamwork within our community, and our culture here at the police department reflects just that. Everything we do is in the best interest of our community and the folks that visit our fine city. Our police department is made up of two bureaus, administrative and operations. And what you are about to see in this brief video will describe the day-to-day business here at the police department. Some of the information will be obvious, such as police officers patrolling or our 911 operators dispatching emergency calls. However, you will also learn about some of our unsung heroes who work behind the scenes to help keep our city safe.
Our administrative bureau is the part of our agency that primarily works behind the scenes. But please do not misunderstand just how critical their work is. Administration is made up of professional standards, internal affairs, accreditation, recruitment, training, records, and logistics.
Just like the United States Constitution provides a roadmap for our 50 states and citizens alike, Professional Standards provides the same direction for both the citizens of Titusville as well as our Titusville Police team. Professional Standards establishes a set of rules in the form of policies and procedures for our department members, mirroring the laws established by our state and our nation. Much like the Constitution provides a roadmap of laws for our 50 states and the citizens of our country, Professional Standards establishes the same direction for both our citizens of Titusville as well as our Titusville Police team. Having established rules and duties allows us to be transparent with our department members as well as the citizens we serve. After we establish our rules and duties, Professional Standards is then tasked with teaching our employees about all of our policies and updating them on any revisions. This is conducted through our training section.
Our training section not only provides training for all of our internal staff, but they also host many outside training classes throughout the year. By TPD hosting these classes, we are able to send our employees to attend these trainings at no cost, which saves our city close to $20,000 annually. One of our achievements that our community can be most proud of is our certification by the Commission of Florida Law Enforcement Accreditation. This prestigious affiliation by the state of Florida has been maintained since 2010. To be accredited, the agency must meet hundreds of specific policy requirements and standards established by the Commission for Florida Law Enforcement Accreditation. This process consists of a board of 3 assessors from outside agencies, made up of both sworn officers and civilians. Our records section is responsible for keeping track of all police department documents, including police reports, accident reports, affidavits of compliance, and more. Many of the described duties have time constraints as directed by Florida state statute and/or legal guidelines. If these time restraints are not adhered to, this can lead to prosecutorial issues with the state attorney's office, which may include lawsuits regarding public record requests and other violations of state and federal guidelines. Annually, our records section handles approximately 5,000 written case files, 90,000 incident reports, 3,000 traffic citations, 10,000 public record requests, more than 800 a month, and 9,500 written accident reports.
Given the current environment of the policing profession, recruiting the next generation of police officers is more difficult than ever before. With the pressures, demands, and expectations of the community, finding qualified candidates that want to fill this uncertain and dangerous position can be a daunting task. Our philosophy is finding men and women from our own community who have the heart to do the job, and then our incredible instructor staff can teach them the rest.
Our Operations Bureau is traditionally what you would expect to hear about when referring to a police department. Operations is made up of patrol, criminal investigations, special investigations, victims advocate, school resource officers, crime scene and evidence, 911 communications, public affairs, community watch, and crossing guards.
Operations is made up of highly skilled and motivated employees who are truly at the front line of the Titusville Police Department. These men and women make up our Uniform Patrol Division, Criminal Investigations Division, and our 911 Public Safety Telecommunications Section. Because we are determined to be as effective as possible, we are committed to the concept of strong and timely communication between our officers on the street, our detectives investigating their cases, as well as the members of our community. We are convinced that a proactive approach to policing is far more effective than just responding to calls for service. This concept is achieved through community-oriented policing. Follow-up investigations is the responsibility of our detective section. The detective section is comprised of criminal investigations detectives, special or vice investigations detectives, as well as our victims advocate.
One of the most frequent complaints our department receives from the public are traffic related, with the top two being speeding on the Amex Brewer Memorial Parkway and reckless driving through neighborhoods. Traffic complaints, along with traffic crashes, have consistently increased over the years. We believe the reason for this is our increasing population, along with distractions such as phones, devices, and onboard computer screens which operate the automobile. We have responded to 345 traffic crashes since January 2021, 3 of which involve fatalities. That is an increase of 22% over the same period last year. What's more alarming is the accidents with injuries involved have gone up nearly 40%, which we attribute to distracted driving. With the advances in technology over the years, our crime scene investigations section is more critical in solving crime than ever before. Our crime scene technicians are highly trained in the collection of forensic evidence and utilize special equipment, chemicals, and other techniques to collect DNA and fingerprints at the scene of a crime. What is often overlooked is the amount of time it takes to properly process a crime scene. One crime scene could actually take 24 to 48 hours to collect all of the potential evidence. Our CSI section receives an average of 800 to 1,000 pieces of evidence per month and currently houses nearly 50,000 pieces of evidence.
The city's Code Enforcement Division handles prevention, detection, investigation, and enforcement of all violations of state statutes or ordinances regulating public health, safety and welfare, business activities, consumer protection, building standards, land use, and municipal affairs. The Code Enforcement main strategy is guided by 3 primary objectives for our citizens and visitors. 1, to ensure all property owners are treated equally by creating a standardized process to resolution for code violations. To first try to prevent code violations, then resolve and only use the enforcement tools such as the Code Enforcement Special Magistrate and/or fines when absolutely necessary. To create an effective and easily manageable database of all existing code violations within the city. Overall, our strategy aims to create a predictable path from long-standing code violations and improve the efficiency of the code enforcement program and staff.
At the very front line of public safety is our 911 public safety telecommunicators, better known as 911 dispatchers.
The Communications Center, as an entity of the Police Department, provides 911 and radio communications not only for the Police Department, but also the 911 and radio communications for the Titusville Fire and Emergency Services. The Communications Center has allotted 22 full-time 911 public safety telecommunicators and 4 contractual employees who fill in as needed to maintain proper coverage. Our 911 center processed more than 115,000 phone calls in 2020. These calls resulted in more than 90,000 calls for service processed on behalf of the Police Department and more than 9,000 calls processed on behalf of the Fire Department.
The Titusville Police Department has always placed an emphasis on the safety of our youth, and nothing illustrates this more than a look at our School Resource Officer program.
For more than 25 years, we've had a footprint in our local schools through our partnership with Brevard Public Schools. The School Resource Officer program is so much more than providing security in our schools. It is actually a mentoring program designed to break any barriers between our police officers and the students and staff of our schools. Building relationships with our students, their parents, and school staff is a key to the SRO program. This concept has prevented several potentially tragic incidents over the years.
As you can see, there are a lot of moving parts to the day-to-day operations of your police department. However, when you have 150 dedicated and talented people, there is no wonder that it runs so smoothly. And last but certainly not least, our narrator of this video is our very own Public Affairs Coordinator, Amy Matthews. In our current time, we cannot afford to be disconnected with our community, and Amy takes that fact extremely seriously. Amy is responsible for communicating to the public the daily operations of this department. She conducts approximately 300 police-involved community events per year, updates our website and social media pages, and is our public information officer, acting as a liaison to the local news affiliates. Thank you for watching our presentation. I hope you found this video informative and that you enjoyed watching this video as much as we enjoyed highlighting our amazing team. Be safe, Titusville.